So today I'll finally be reviewing Ninjago episode 87, Radio Free Ninjago. I do have to say, this is by far my favorite episode of the season so far, and I have high hopes for what's to come. If they keep up this good work, I think we'll end this season off great in the finale. But without further ado, let's get into the details of my review. Let's start off with what the episode did exceptionally well. I'm happy to report that most of this episode was, in fact, really good. The beginning is super strong, with the ninja starting in the dragon pit, which is where we last left off in the previous episode's cliffhanger. We have a great action sequence that transpires, and overall it was thoroughly entertaining for myself to watch. I really liked the concept of the dragon bone blade, and it was pretty cool to see Heavy Metal appear as an extremely formidable opponent to the ninja. I think he's earned my nomination for the best dragon hunter, as he's definitely my favorite. Additionally, the Oni and the dragon story arc this episode is definitely so much better than any of the previous episodes. We get to learn so much about the dragon hunters and the reasoning behind why they do the things they do. We're slowly unraveling the mysteries that these dragon hunters possess, and that's definitely a plus. However, the best story is told on the Ninjago side of things. The story arc of infiltrating Borg Tower and bringing the people of Ninjago hope was very well done and definitely makes this episode shine brighter than the rest. We finally get to see what a ninja should be best at, infiltration and stealth, and this episode delivers on all of that. It really was a breath of fresh air, as the Ninjago story this episode delivers thrills while also building tension with Garmadon almost discovering Lloyd's presence. Additionally, the whole dragon hunting experience was great, especially the soundtrack. I love the small hints of Moro's theme as the dragon hunters chase down the wind dragon. It was great to learn more about the firstborn dragon and the dragon armor. I was especially fond of how undercover Cole and Wu were able to sit down and humanize the dragon hunters and offer the audience a chance to sympathize with their cause. It was a really good time to tell their story, and I think the writers executed that perfectly. The ending of the episode is undoubtedly the greatest scene of this episode. In fact, it's definitely the best scene we've gotten this entire season so far. It was great to see Lloyd finally take up his leadership role and instill hope into the people of Ninjago. The amount of emotion in that scene almost made me tear up, but like I said, almost. But it's great to see that a show about plastic Lego people is capable of telling such an emotional story that really builds attachment to these characters. This episode especially excels at that, and I'm very happy with how it turned out. The soundtrack in this episode is especially amazing, and I do believe the ending track is something we haven't heard before, and it really does add something truly special to this episode. One thing I really wasn't that fond of was the entire concept with the battle between Dareth and Karloff, and I thought it was pretty much a pointless scene, and I didn't see how Lloyd commanding Dareth would prove that he could lead an entire resistance against Garmadon. The episode could have definitely done it without this scene. Additionally, I do have a concern for future Ninjago episodes. Garmadon did say if Harumi failed, he'd rip her to pieces, as shown in episode 86. So Harumi failed in this episode. Wouldn't that mean she has to be punished by Garmadon? Yet in the episode 90 description that was leaked a few hours ago, Harumi is still hanging around with Garmadon. So that of course raises concerns for me. It seems like they'll be softening up Garmadon's character in future episodes, which I'm not particularly fond of. However, I do have hopes that they'll maintain the strength of Garmadon and he'll have some sort of severe punishment up his sleeve. Only time will tell. This essentially sums up my review of Ninjago episode 87, Radio Free Ninjago. This episode is definitely great, but it's not the greatest episode I've seen. However, I do believe that this episode delivers a great beginning, middle, and end, and that is what should constitute a very entertaining episode. With that being said, I rate the Ninjago episode 87 an 8 out of 10. It's an absolutely fun ride, and if you haven't seen it, you really should. It's something you don't want to miss for sure. But yeah, that pretty much concludes today's review. If you guys enjoyed today's video, then please leave a like and subscribe for Lego Ninjago videos comes guys each and every day. And of course, hit that notification bell so you guys don't miss out on any more of my Ninjago videos. And I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace out, guys.